Good morning. Just going to wait a moment. I have something to share with you today. Something that is my life, my world. Now, today is the anniversary of my sister Chris, who crossed over 8 years ago. And yes, I've been putting posts up and thinking about her and getting emotional, but actually being okay at the same time. So about 5 minutes ago, I go into the laundry and I went to put some washing in, and I felt her presence really, really strongly. And I was like, hey, Chris. And I got upset. And then her quirky way of letting me know everything's okay, I hear in my mind, don't cry for me, Argentina. The truth is, I never left you. So that song, remember that song from years ago, Don't Cry for Me, Argentina? Because the truth is, I never left you. Well, that song started to play so loud in my mind that I had to laugh. And I knew it was Chris. I knew she was telling me that even though she has crossed and she has left her body many years ago, the energy, the soul of who she is, particles of that are still here. And I laughed and laughed and laughed. I thought, yes, because I remember the night she did cross, sitting in the hospital room when everyone was grieving, and all I kept hearing was, I'm here. Tell them I'm here. And of course I couldn't, because everyone was going through their deep grief at that moment. I had to wait till later on, when everything had subsided. So from that moment of her actually leaving the body, she has always been present. There are times where I feel her so close. I hear her giggling, I hear her laughing. Mediums and psychics everywhere, when they see me, they pick up on her. When she first crossed over, I used to get called Chris. People would walk into the women's centre that I was working in, and they would go, morning, Chris. And then they'd be like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like, I know your name's Caroline. I don't know why I called you Chris. And we used to have a laugh, because at those times when anyone calls me that, when anyone has that connection with my sister, I always feel her presence. I'm going to tell you another story that's happened recently, and this may help some of you to understand that the presence of soul, the presence of their energy actually never leaves. It is always present. It's up to us to calm our mind, to come back in so that we can actually feel and understand that they're present, because they are. They are always there. It is energy. It's not the physical, it's not the tangible, but it is energy. So about 2 years ago, my husband and I started to go out to a club. And it started again, where this elderly couple, every time they would walk in the club, she would look at me and she'd go, hi, Chris. And then she would be mortified that she had called me Chris. And I was like, it's okay. I said, that obviously means that my sister in spirit is close. And she got even more upset, thinking that she had upset me. And I was like, no, I'm not upset. I said, that's wonderful to know that she's here. Now, this happened for 2 years nearly, and she would keep doing it. And straight away, as soon as she would say it, she'd go, oh, I've done it again. I'm so sorry. And I said, it's all right. Well, anyway, one day when we got to know each other a little bit more, I didn't know her husband's name, but I knew her name was Dorothy. And even that I thought was very interesting, because my dad's sister is Dorothy, my auntie. And my sister Chris and my aunt Dorothy were very, very close, all right? And so her name was Dorothy. And one night I said, what's your husband's name? And she said, oh, Brian. And I just nearly fell over backwards, because that is my auntie and uncle, Dorothy and Brian. And guess what? They were Scottish, really strong Scottish accent, which is my father and his family. His auntie my auntie's Scottish, so I'm Scottish descendant. So here I am in this club for 2 years, being called my sister's name by Dorothy and Brian, who are part of my family system. So all of you who understand energy, systemics, and how things work, this was just like heaven for me. I was like, wow, this is really cool. Now, unfortunately, this lady, she's all right now, but she ended up with cancer. And all that time that I was hearing Dorothy, Brian, and she kept calling me Chris, and when she was diagnosed with cancer, I was like, okay, so there was this really deep connection. So I did offer to help her through that process. So I knew that my sister Chris was in the background guiding this at every moment, because every time we would go there, we would bump into them. I would sit next to her. We would have this amazing discussion and chat, and she would laugh, and it was just beautiful to see. I mean, they were in their early 70s, this couple. So I want you to understand that Spirit is with us all the time. Every single moment of our day, we have to quiet our mind so that we can understand, so we can hear them, so we can get connected. That's what this is about. So I wanted to just share my moment this morning with my sister Chris on the anniversary of her crossing over. And the song was so clear, "Don't Cry for Me, Argentina. The reason is I've never left you." That's the truth. I want you all to understand they never leave. They're always present. It is up to us to clear our energy field, our mind, working in this system so that their energy, because they're only particles of energy now, they're not a solid form. It takes so much time for them to come through and actually give us a bit of wind or a little bit of a touch on the back of the head, because they're energy, they're not form. So it takes a lot of energy for them to actually come into a solid form and push things, move things, touch you, give you a peck on the cheek, blow air into your face, all of these things. That takes time. So imagine if you could just sit back and have that space to connect with Spirit, with those that you love, the ones that have crossed over, to connect with their particles. And all you have to do is be present and know that they will come through when they need to. So I love my sister Chris in spirit. We've had some amazing, amazing times over these 8 years. And just recently I did have a mini reading by a medium. You know, being a medium myself, sometimes it's fun to just get someone else to tune in for you. And yeah, she came through very, very excited. I mean, so excited, all right? And I mean, she was jumping for joy. And this is what she always represents when she comes through, is this frolicking, childlike energy. And that's why I love connecting with her, because she makes me remember those years. So she did come through recently, and she brought my mum through, and we had an amazing, amazing discussion. And they were all excited, you know, about my journey, what's coming next, even though I don't really know. And I remember my sister Chris used to always say, I'm so excited, I can't wait. Well, to this day, I still really don't know what that is, but it's coming. So please, everyone, just know that you have to be calm, you have to be clear, you have to be present, so that they're particles of energy, because that's what they are. They move into the energy and the system of consciousness, of who we really are from source. And so particles of that are what are coming through, not the solid body that can touch you, push you, let you feel. All right, love and blessings to you all on this auspicious day, this week for me. Absolutely crazy week for me. Yes, I would probably do another live on that, but I call the time from the solstice. This year it was the 21st. 29 years ago it was on the 22nd. And that was when this week started, which was, I call the week of crossing over in my family system. So yes, I call it the auspicious week because it is a very powerful week for me, starting the 22nd of June and finishing on the 7th of July. But I'll do another live on that soon. But yes, don't cry for me, Argentina, because I've never left you. Isn't that a beautiful, beautiful moment to have with my amazing sister? Love and blessings. Have an awesome day. I better get on with my day now. See you all. Take care. Bye.